All right, so not really working technically today. I did one little job and did a quote, but other than that, that's been it. So today's a good day to play with the new Rope Runner Pro. So I know I'm technically pretty late to the game. I can't remember when these came out exactly, but it's all the way in 2021 now, so it's been a minute. And I've got the old one. It was the last, snake. Got the last iteration right here too. And I'm not doing any kind of, this isn't a review, this isn't an unboxing. The packaging and everything, by the way, is super cool, if that's important to you. But I do appreciate it because it just shows professionalism and it shows that they care. So that's cool. It does come in really nice packaging. A couple things they did change were the tether point right there is in the middle now as opposed to just being stuck on the side, so that helps it run a lot better if you're using that. And then now your attachment point is integrated as opposed to before when you had to hold that together with your carabiner. So all I'm going to do, I've got two lines set up. I climb on both of these, and the reason that I'm doing this is because these two are the same diameter line. This one's softer and more flexible. This one's a little bit harder and stiffer. But I've used the original rope runner, or I don't know, the last rope runner, on both lines, and I haven't had a problem. So I'm kind of hoping we'll find the same thing with the new one. So yeah, I'm gonna mess with the original one just for a little bit, and then get the other one set up. So, and like I said, this isn't a review. This is just me playing with it, seeing how it works, and using it for the first time and getting it set up. So don't expect anything crazy, but you might learn something. Okay, so with the original one, you have it comes apart in a similar way, but the problem is when you take these pins out, the pin, this one here, and then your carabiner, it all comes in like 3-4 pieces, something like that. So a lot of people tend to set up the rope in such a way that they can simply set up the device like this and then run it through from the end, so it just goes on easily because it's just already up a tree when you're midline and you got to see. This is why this is the problem. So I'm pulling all this 100 feet of rope through here just to get it to where it's finally here, and that's everybody's big issue with the original rope runner. That's 99% of the complaints you'll see, but in reality the thing works so dang good, nobody cares enough to really, I guess, complain. It's an inconvenience. Alright, so the new one, you'll see shortly, they remedied that issue. Okay, so with just going to start with this rope. With the old one, obviously it works fine. It's a good little tool, but they definitely did improve on some things with this one. So, and again, one of the biggest ones is being able to attach it midline like that, right? So there was the first piece that you're able to attach, and you just are able to slide these pins through. It pops open, and now you can slide this in from the side. I got weird tension on this rope, it's pissing me off. From the side, and it's just like magic, right? So it's just all of a sudden on here. Oh, hang on. I lost it. There we go. It's just on there now. It's that much quicker. And so you can see right now how it's way too stiff. But what I'm gonna do, so now what I can do, get this figured out here, is now I'm good. I'm on. Right? So it just needs to be adjusted to work with my weight. Because I'm pretty sure right now it's gonna be freaking stiff as crap. It's stiff as crap. So I'm gonna tweak it a little because I would like to be able to use it. All you gotta do is there's marks here. Show you these. There's marks right here. It's 1 through 5, and this pin slides up and down this track. Right now it looks like it's, because I loosened these up earlier and I put them back, but I think it was on 1. It was all the way tightened up. So let's try sliding it down to like 4. Let's see what happens here. So if we slide that down to right, straighten up now, come on. Right there. Move, no, I got it. It's a tad bit tricky because it wants to slide as soon as you try to tighten it up, but it's not too bad. Okay, so 4 is holding fine. Ooh, look at that. Already a little better. Okay, so let's try to not side load that. So it's catching good. Now we've got to figure out the tension, because it's you can already tell it's pretty dang smooth. I like this quite a bit. So if I'm here and we'll land over here. All right, I'm gonna keep tweaking it. I've got it pretty close now. I'm gonna try it on the other rope and see what that one does, because theoretically it shouldn't change much. So I got it on the other rope now. I'm just gonna kind of see how this feels. Now, I might need to snug it up a smidge. That feels pretty dang good. I will say it does seem to like feed and tend slightly better, but it could be just because it's new, doesn't have like junk in it yet. So we'll see. And I think I like the way that it runs on this rope better. This is a little bit harder, so it doesn't seem to like be as clingy. It's just like, as soon as you want to break tension and start moving, it just doesn't. But I'm gonna try snugging it up a little bit, because it seems like if I like kind of were to bounce on it, it might slide a little bit, even when I don't want to. Okay, so it was on 4. I bumped it back up to 3. We'll see how it does with that. Okay, this is white rope. I've got this thing currently set on 3. It worked good on 4, but it seemed to have a little bit of play, even like if I wasn't trying to release it every now and then. So obviously we don't want that. Let's see how this does. Whoa. Feels a little better like that, actually. All right, so I've got it back on the, I think this is notch rope. I can't remember what this is now. The softer, a little more flexible rope. And I'm trying to see how it reacts because I've adjusted it back to 3. And it's like 3.5-ish. Camera's over here now, sorry. Because the other rope runner, the early one, was originally set up to run on this rope, this kind of rope. And there was a job that I went out on just as a climber. This is like over a year ago now. But I just grabbed this white rope that the stiffer one, and I grabbed the rope runner, that other rope runner, and it ran flawlessly. And it technically wasn't set up on that rope. So the idea is that I'm messing with right now is just seeing if it will react well to more than one type of rope, because that would be good. So kind of bugs me a little, because when it gets on this rope, on the setting that seems to be the best for the other rope, it feels a little too tight, it feels a little too stiff, like it doesn't want to quite run smoothly. It wants to hold on a little bit too much. So like right now, it's like it takes a little bit to break that. And whereas with the other one, it was like you just apply a little bit of pressure and it was going, like right there it would have gone. But this one, you have to really pivot that top piece and break the tension. So again, I don't know if I said this, but a lot of the time, the other ones at least did require some kind of a break-in stage, which is understandable. This one is not supposed to have as much of that break-in, if any, so we'll see how it goes. But either way, it works fine on both ropes. It's just a little bit stiffer on this one. If you get like your full weight on it, if I come down on that, it bites pretty hard. It stretches really far and bites really hard. Whereas with the other one, it doesn't seem to bite as much. It stretched the whole device out as much. So one thing I will say is I typically tend to run this with my right hand, and this pin is always sticking into my hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull this pin out and put it in that way. So now the sticky outy end is over here and it's not digging into my hand, because it keeps me out away from it. I don't have as much control over it. So I do want to see how that feels, because it could just be a feel thing with control. It's still stiff. It's still a little too tight. So, you know, I'm gonna keep messing with it, and we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. But I do like it though. I'm not bashing it by any means. It's a fantastic device and it works really, really well so far. So I'm probably gonna play with it for a little while longer and stick it back on the other rope and keep playing with it just to see how it reacts and get the feel for it. So. Ooh.